What's up, guys? I'm here with my, let's see, I think it's my third review of Yankee Candle's Cookie Swap collection. This is for Iced Gingerbread. I have already reviewed Crunchy Pistachio Vanilla and Mary Berry Linzer. Yeah, and this is my third one. So I will read the description of Iced Gingerbread. It says, the wonderful aroma of spicy gingerbread cookies glazed with vanilla icing. So that's pretty simple. First we'll talk about the burn. The burn on this, it did pretty good. There wasn't much soot, but I do put an aluminum lid on the top, so when you put aluminum lid on the top, that does help trap the soot, because you'll see under the aluminum lid it'll be black. So that really helps, you know, collect that soot, so it's not so much on the glass or out into the air so much. So, but this one, it actually, let me think, it's been a while since I burned this. It struggled the first part. The first part I actually did, it was struggling to pull out all the way. I had to, I put the aluminum lid on it, but then it still wouldn't pull out. Even when I kind of left, I would, if it gets a real big mushroom top, I've said before not to trim that, but if you don't trim it, make sure you really watch that, because you don't want it to get really crazy. But sometimes you do have to trim that a little bit because it gets really big. But don't trim the wick really short though, because then it'll take forever to pull out. You want to leave that a little bit as tall as you can without it being really like crazy, the flame, because that it'll have more heat in there. The hotter the flame, the bigger the flame, the hotter it gets in there, the more it'll melt down. But if you have a little bitty flame, and even with an aluminum lid on there, it's going to take hours and hours. Sometimes it won't even pull out at all. I've had many candles that even if you sometimes don't even trim it, I mean, it kind of is fairly tall. Sometimes even with the aluminum lid on, it won't pull out. I mean, I'll have it burn for like 8 hours and I still won't get a wax pull. It'll just be around the middle part and it won't be down on the sides. It won't have that, you know, inch to half an inch wax pull on the side. But if you do put the aluminum lid on, it'll take a few hours to get that wax pull going. Sometimes longer, sometimes shorter, just depends on, each candle is different. But if you take it off, the aluminum lid off, and put foil on there, like I said before, if you wrap foil around it, cup the foil around the side, but leave it open in the middle, that will help get the wax pull going faster. Usually when you put foil on there, I tend to do that lots of times just because it gets the wax pull going pretty quick. 30 to 45 minutes on average, you'll get a wax pull going. If you leave it on a little bit longer, it'll be even deeper. That way you're not waiting like 2 to 3 hours for the wax pull to get going. You just put that on there. Then once it gets the wax pull, take it off, put the aluminum lid back on there, and most of the time it'll keep that wax pull. Sometimes when you put the aluminum lid back on, it will harden back up a little bit, but most of the time it will keep the wax pull. It might get a little bit littler, but it'll still have a wax pull. So that's usually what I do, just because I don't like waiting forever and ever and ever for it to pull out. So that just speeds up the process a little bit. But this one, even when I put foil on this one, it was still having problems pulling out. I would have to wait and wait and wait, and it wouldn't pull out. I kept wrapping it around there tighter and closer to the middle to try to get it hotter in there so that it would melt down, but it was struggling. It did better towards the last half. It pulled out much better towards the last half. So yeah, that's kind of the story on this candle. Half of it was good, half of it wasn't. Half the burn was good, half the burn wasn't. So the scent on this is, it is gingerbread. You definitely get like the gingerbread spiciness, molasses type of scent, but then you get the vanilla, a little cinnamon. It reminds me, and Anthony had mentioned this too, Candle Cafe Anthony said he thought it smelled similar to cinnamon vanilla, and it does have a little bit of that to it. You do get a little bit of that cinnamon vanilla scent in this as well. It's not like pure gingerbread like their gingerbread scent is. It's not like that. It's a more sweeter kind of gingerbread. But it's nice. I do like the scent. So the throw on this though, the throw, at first I smelled it, but it wasn't super strong. And then it kind of died off in the middle and I didn't smell much at all. But then it kind of picked up again. And then it died off towards the last part and I didn't smell that much. But then it picked up again down here. That's how Yankees do sometimes. It was so off and on. It was like half this candle smelled and then half of it didn't. But it wasn't like half of it smelled and then the whole rest of the half didn't. It was a little bit here and then it didn't, and then a little bit here did, and then it didn't, and then the end part did. So it was just like off and on, off and on, off and on throughout the whole candle. So yeah, and I don't like it when that happens, because then it's just, you know, I want the whole thing to scent the whole candle. So yeah, I would be cautious when you buy this candle because it may scent up, it may not. Each candle is different. I just really wish it would have scented the whole candle. But when I could smell it, I did enjoy the scent, but it wasn't quite as good to me as gingerbread, the regular gingerbread candle was. It was just a little bit, just not quite as good. It was an okay scent. I'm burning the milk cup, and the milk cup I smell pretty good, but it's also just nice. It's nice, but I'm not loving it. It's just a nice scent, a nice, sweet, lighter gingerbread scent. Yeah, I don't know if I would get this again though, because I think I prefer just regular gingerbread from Yankee Candle better than this one. This one's just a little lackluster to me, kind of. So the throw, overall, I'd probably give the throw, probably when I could smell it, 7, right around 7, I would say, probably 7, 7.5 maybe. Yeah, so I just wish it would have smelled more through the candle than just half of it. But so this one, I said crunchy pistachio vanilla, that was definitely a hit for me. That was a really good one, almost the whole way through. Mary Berry Linzer, that was a minus, not good. Couldn't smell that one hardly at all. This one was a mixture. It was half good and half not so good. So this one I will give kind of in the middle. It wasn't a totally good, but it wasn't totally bad either. It was just kind of in the middle. So yeah, you might pick this up and see how you like it. It was just kind of okay to me. I don't think I would purchase it again though. So all right, that is my review for Iced Gingerbread, and now I am currently burning the rest of my 3. The Magic Cookie Bar I'm burning, and the Sugar Cookie, and then the Candy Cane Meringue. I'm burning that one as well. So I will try to do reviews of those when I get those burned. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you all in my next video. Bye.